Once we arrived at the farm, we knew we had some work ahead of us, but it was to make it our own, and this made it much more fun. It was also a place for friends and family. It was about community. Our homestead would have fruits and vegetables, a greenhouse, garden, and possibly some chickens. We would work to being as self-sufficient as possible. Now those chickens would be for eggs only. When I first arrived and we had no electric, heat, or access to the outside world, it was a time for us to reflect and go inward. Our world is troubled, and instead of dwelling too much on its problems, we wanted to be solution-based, actually taking action and being part of a new earth, one that is community-based. The inside of the home was basically a shell.
Did you pick out your room?
Yeah, this is my room.
This is the one you like?
And I can watch out the window.
It had a countertop with a sink. The bathroom was very small and basic. This home has 3 bedrooms, and as you can see, the Amish use propane and oil lamps. It was still winter, and the first night was cold. We sent our child to stay with some friends close by. My husband and I endured the cold together. We slept close and used multiple layers of blankets. They also had a wood-burning stove, but it was no longer there. We discussed heating in the winter and decided that we would also get a wood-burning stove. When we tested it out, we were quite surprised how warm the whole place could get. With a stove like this, you can cook on it and heat the home. We have plenty of wood, so our supply of wood was unlikely to run out. I washed clothes by hand and dried them on an Amish clothesline. We did not have hot water at first, so baths were out, and quick showers from pans with heated water were the only way to go. Once we got the hot water hooked up from the propane tank, we were able to take hot showers. We figured we would use the rest of the tank and then have them come and get it. We began with the basics. When we removed the metal from the walls, there was no wiring. We had an electric hot water tank installed. We had the house wired for electric. After purchasing the home, we found out that this was something the county required, the wiring in the walls, but the previous family had not done it. First, we had the outside electric done and the wall of the kitchen. We also purchased some unfinished cabinets to save on money, and we're using plywood as countertops for now. We purchased major appliances and a garbage disposal. From there, we could use extension cords for other things. We also had the covered porch enclosed, as little animals like to come through the garage door. We went through 2 families of Orioles as we had the wall built.
Soon the babies emerged. Hi, honeys.
The driveway was also a bit steep. We had a gravel laid on the side of the house where it was level. We had them make a U-driveway for easier access and a place for guests to park. It's just after 6 a.m. here. I came out to water earlier. I should have grabbed my phone.
I wanted to show you guys that the fog you see is common when you're in the foothills of the mountains. They're really like low drifting clouds. And we finally got rid of our propane tank, and we'll need to clean up that area soon. And we made ourselves a gravel driveway, but we've got a lot of grass to get rid of.
We also fenced in about 4 acres.
This is our wooded area, and we've got quite a bit of woods. And we have a pond back there, which I will share soon. Over here is our barn, in desperate need of painting. And we have our cedar tree with a lot of bird feeders and some of my son's toys. And there goes the dogs. We have a little outbuilding here, which I plan to transform. I'm just not sure how yet. Hi, Zoo. Hi, sweetheart. This is our alpha, Zoo. Zeus, actually. We call him Zoo for short, and sometimes I call him Zeus Goose. And this is the baby, Thor. He's actually the tallest, but he is the baby.
Our barn really needed some attention. It needed painted, but it also needed cleaned up. We had asked the seller and the agent to make sure the property was cleaned up for us. They neglected to do this, which meant a lot more work for us. The barn needed mucking out, and they dumped a huge pile of garbage behind the barn. We even complained, and nothing was done. So we knew we had to clean it up ourselves. Since we were coming from a faraway distance, we were unable to do a walkthrough before closing. This was a farm with cows and goats. We would be converting it to an orchard with a greenhouse. We began with getting the bathroom and kitchen in order. We ordered the bathtub shower combo and a new sink so we would have room for the family. We ordered unfinished kitchen cabinets to save quite a bit of money, and later I would stain them cherry. The wall for the covered porch was done first, and then we had the bathroom done. We had to have plumbing done twice in the bathroom due to some leaking pipes. It was several months later, and we still were getting settled in. From the end of February to now, beginning of August, we still do not have a fully functional bathroom. Long story, but workers are harder to come by even when you are paying cash. This meant that we would have to learn to do some things for ourselves rather than waiting on others. I have learned things that I never thought I would do, and I'm glad I've gained these skills to pass on and makes the next generation of our family more independent as well. We love the earth and nature. We decided to do the bathroom ocean themed. The bathtub was our boat, and I made a counter with some food-grade epoxy. I bought cedar from the Amish, and it was a better deal than the wood in the stores right now. I also found a local Amish store that had boxes of miscellaneous cedar wood pieces, and would use that to make shelves in the bathroom. It's a work in progress, and it feels good to create, especially now with so much chaos in the world. We fenced in a large enough area so the dogs and the main part of the orchard would be more protected from wildlife. Being in the foothills of the mountains means more wildlife. We placed the posts about every 4 to 5 feet, which would make the fence stronger and less likely to allow wild animals in. We also placed a shorter 4-foot fence around the barn for the dogs, so that if need be, there would be a barrier where they could stay away from the entry point of the property. However, we learned the hard way that one of our dogs can easily jump a 4-foot fence, so that will have to be changed. We also laid out the area for the greenhouse. When it is done, it'll be about 40 feet long. This should, along with the orchard, provide enough food for several families and be enough to also give away food to the local community. When you are more self-sufficient, money does not have to be the focus, and instead, contributing to the community can be a realistic goal. Becoming a whole society is based on community and contributing with self-sufficiency. If everyone in a small community has something to contribute to their community, then they govern themselves and have the kind of freedom that we all should have to live and explore life. At least one member of our council plans to come and build a tiny home here. We will continue to update our farm and share our progress. However, in the next episode, we will explore another member of the council who is also acting as part of the solution and doing some great things for their community. Our council has members from around the world, and each one is encouraged to become part of a solution for a more whole, community-based world.